New guitar day. Okay, I was thinking, I love these two Les Pauls, but here's the problem. This one is 10.5 pounds. It's a little heavier than I like, but I love the way it sounds and plays. This one is amazing. It's light, sounds great, but I really like the humbuckers over the P90s. So, it's new guitar day. It's important to look your absolute best during new guitar day. You want to make a good impression. This guitar could be the guitar forever. This could be the one. You never know, right? So you want to make sure you're clean shaven, you look nice. Now that you're all ready and groomed and ready to meet your new guitar, some of us have wives and girlfriends and you need to let them know. Now there's different techniques. Some like the explanation technique where you sit them down at a table and you say, hey look, I have one guitar that's heavy, one guitar that's light. I need to get a new guitar. Some like the forgiveness technique where you just go do it and then don't tell them anything and come back. But this is the technique I use the most. Hey hon, I'm gonna go with Joe, run a few errands and buy a guitar.
Okay.
All right everybody, we went and had lunch and we're here, right Joe?
Yep.
We're at the, I don't know if you can see. You see? Yeah, you can see. The Sam Ash. We're at the Sam Ash. Remember the Sam Ash from almost a year ago?
Just about.
All right, we're gonna go find a Les Paul.
Taylor recommends even using like a humidifier like this with the humidifier, like the Oasis humidifier. That way this has something to drink if it ever gets
How much do you
dry,
think it weighed?
and that'll work. So that's the picture of the guitar on the inspection desk right before it got sent out to us.
And it's literally, it's a picture, right? Like it's not even like a...
Yeah, it's like a little printout. Yeah.
Like it went to Walgreens.
Yeah,
print out.
absolutely. Nice leather strap.
Right.
And then you get a multi-tool kit now too, which is really nice from them. So this guy here, nice little Velcro pouch. All kinds of goodies now.
Oh, hey, like it's super
Yeah.
nicer.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's
Cool polishing cloth and more instructions in case you don't know how to play.
a much better. That's much better than the last Gibson,
Yeah.
the way it came.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so now we got it out of the case, let's talk about what is it. Well, this is a 2017 Les Paul Classic. And what's interesting about that is not what I set out to get when I first started this kind of little venture today. I thought for sure I was going to end up with a Les Paul Standard. What I was really looking for was exactly what I had, a Les Paul Standard, but maybe find one that wasn't 10.5 to almost 11 pounds. Now, what ended up happening was the new 2000 Les Paul Standards have a new neck. In fact, a lot of people had asked me, hey, had you tried the new 2017s? And I hadn't. I was a little shocked when I found out that they had changed the neck profile to this modern C kind of shape. Although I like that neck profile, and I really thought about it because it was really a nice neck profile, it was not what I was looking for. I was really looking for something traditionally the way I had it, which is a 60s neck. Now, when I picked up the Classics, I didn't know this because like I said, I hadn't done intensive research yet. I just wanted to let my hands and ears, kind of just guide me today. I just wanted to get a guitar that I connected with. Sometimes I just need that, right? Sometimes I can figure it out by researching and trying online and stuff, but sometimes it's just got to be as primal as I touched it and it's amazing. So that's what happened today. This guitar is fantastic. So what did I like? I like the locking keys, the 60s neck. I love that. I like the weight relief. It's a 9-hole weight relief. I like that it balanced right? So when you put it here, it didn't want to back dive on me, and I like that a lot. I like that it had the 57 Classic pickups with no kind of coil splits or wacky stuff going on, just some orange drop capacitors. And I love that because I felt like I really connected to it when I was making chords. Just so well balanced. This is a fantastic guitar. Everything about this guitar is perfect, except for in Les Paul fashion, I gotta point out that the binding is two different colors. It's light and then it gets dark here, and maybe they got some overspray on it, not sure, but to be honest, everything was so perfect. It was one of those things like I could get one that didn't have that issue and have one ordered or find a different guitar, but I don't care. So, I'm going to nick this anyways. I just don't care. When I play my guitars, I play them. So, what I care about is that. That was ringing out chords. So it spoke to me in every way, and it was really nice to to find that in a guitar. I'm kind of chuckling because I also got to point out that when I was playing this guitar, in the corner of my eye, I could see this Marshall 412, and it looked brand new, and it said used 450. And so I bought that Marshall cabinet because that was a smoking deal, and I've been wanting a Marshall 412 again. So let's give it some sounds. Here's the bridge pickup. You'll hear. I just love that. It's that ringing sustain. I can't even talk because this is going to keep ringing. So, what don't I like about the guitar, right? It wasn't perfect, so let's talk about that too. I really missed having the poker chip, the disc right there. I think that's a kind of a classic look for the Les Paul. I mentioned that to the sales guys, and to seal the deal, they were like, you know what, we'll get you one. And I'm like, all right, that was great. And I want to point this out again. They didn't know we were doing videos. There was no prompting. They had no idea. We had no affiliation. So the deals, I can honestly say this, every deal I got, which they gave us a deal today on the guitar and the cabinet, and of course, I just said that, everything they did, they would do that for anybody that had nothing to do with the YouTube channel in any way. And I just tell you that because that's a cool thing to mention. Now, as far as the guitar being plecked, I thought the setup was perfect. The intonation was dead on when I got home and checked it. The action was only slightly high for me, and I lowered it, although I only had to lower it from the bridge. And again, that was a preference, kind of salted taste, so there's nothing to kind of jam them up on that. The back of this thing is gorgeous, right? It's just a good piece of mahogany. So nice neck, everything is cool. I like how it's lighter. I liked everything about it. Like I said, it just felt right. It was a good guitar. And so, new guitar day. And now the legal stuff. I'm not affiliated or endorsed in any way by Gibson, Marshall, or Sam Ash. Nor did they promise me anything for doing the video, and didn't know I was even doing it until probably they see it when you see it right now. More importantly though, I want to let you know that even though my wife was very nonchalant about me getting the guitar, I want to point out that she did tell me a couple days ago when I mentioned about getting a Les Paul, I should go get one. And the reason is this is going to be our 19th anniversary. So this is my gift for my 19th anniversary. The more important thing to point out than that is that even though 19 is not as big as, let's say, the 20th anniversary, it's an important anniversary for me and my wife because we and my wife have been together now longer than we've been apart on this planet. So if you take all the time we've been alive, I've been and my wife we've been together longer than we were not together. And we thought that was kind of cool, so we decided we should do something special, and I'm getting a Les Paul. As always, guys, thank you for your time and know your gear.